you've sought a position that, it comes with some baggage and some history. So what is your plan to build trust, and how will you ensure transparency and commitment to the district?
Great question. So in terms of building trust, I'm going to do what I've already done, and that is to be myself. I don't apologize for being a personable, honest, upstanding individual. I'm a good human being. I treat people right. Even the naysayer can sit down with me and we can have a great conversation. And I respect the fact that people feel a certain way. I think the more that I do that, and that is not just extending the olive branch, but when people extend themselves to me, that I'm gracious in welcoming them in. And in doing that, the main thing I want to accomplish in building trust is not so much to get the focus on me, but to get the focus on our students. And know that I'm in place as a primary agent to help students, and I need you to join me in that effort. So I will continue to forge ahead in terms of just using my own personal qualities in order to do that. One of my strengths is it's called woo. And it basically means that I can take a piece of toilet tissue and make it talk if you give me enough time. It's just the way that I relate to people. So I think a strengths-based approach is always appropriate when you're trying to build trust. You got to channel your strengths and then use those strengths to make things happen in terms of relationship building. As far as transparency is concerned, I'm going to call that a necessity. So it's hard for me to say that I have space to not be transparent, because what I intend to do as superintendent is to engage this entire community to support 20,000 plus students. In order to do that, I have to be transparent in terms of the needs of our district, the challenges of our district, the successes of our district, and make sure that everybody knows and understands those at a level that now they can go and get engaged with us. There are three things that I think we owe to everybody in terms of anything we put out from a transparent standpoint. We owe them, I call the 3 C's. We owe them content. Give them good, strong content. If we have access to that content, they should have access to that content. The second C, give them clarity. One of the things I don't plan to do is ever put out any information that's not clear to anybody. I almost feel like information that's put out should stand on its own without any questions. And until that happens, we're going to be careful in not putting information out. But then the third one is critical, and that is character. That is something in that content that is clear, that grabs me and makes me want to ask, how can I get involved? And it'll be transparency that is the umbrella of those 3 C's in terms of everything that we put out. One of the things I think is most important, 2 areas I know that are most important to be transparent about: school safety and school performance. So in terms of school safety, we understand that's not just a school issue, that's a community issue. So we'll be sure to put out strong, powerful information, timely information, so that people know what's going on inside the school from a safety standpoint. And in terms of school performance, because we know it's everybody's responsibility, we run the ball, but it's everybody's responsibility. We want to make sure we put out clear information so that people can now ask themselves, what do I need to do to support what you're doing inside the school? Woo is the person who plays music. Woo is the person who's always smiling, has energy, but focuses on people. Woo's that leader. Woo's that person who doesn't come in the room and say, there I am, but they say, there you are. Makes the person feel like, okay, my focus is on you, because I want to get to know who you are. Yeah, so Woo is one of the Gallup strengths. You have the Strength Finders assessment that numerous corporations all over the world have taken. There are 34 they're called Clifton Strengths. And based on taking this assessment, it tells you, it kicks out your top 5, but ranks you from 1 to 34. For example, my first one is activator. So I'm the guy that can get things going. Second is ideation. You talk with me long enough, I can give you a great idea. Third is woo. I can make friends with anybody. Fourth is developer. Speaks for itself. And fifth is communicator. So in my former district, I actually came in, I want to say during year 2 or 3 of Gallup. So one of the first things that happened when I got hired was I had to take the Strengths Finders test. I was like, what is that? And he explained to me what it was, and I took it, and it kicked out my top 5 strengths. What happened as a result of that is that I was able to now receive coaching, training, and also respect for the strengths that I bring to the table. To the right of me was somebody with different strengths. To the left of me was somebody with different strengths. Across from me was somebody with one or two of my strengths. And what it did is that it helped to strengthen the dynamics of teammanship all over the district. And it became the umbrella, if you will, for all professional learning that has happened. It's one of the reasons I wanted to bring Gallup here, to develop a strengths-based approach to everything that we do, and primarily building the capacity of the individuals who are inside the district. The other thing that happened for me in my former district is that it just helped to validate me as a worker, and it helped me as a leader to now see you for your strengths and see other people for their strengths. And now when I approach you and I need something, I can always consider your strengths as I see you sitting at the table. As an example, if your strength is strategic, I already know you're going to be the one sitting back. You probably won't ask a lot of questions, but somebody over here, their strength is input, and that'll be the person speaking up. Does that mean that this person's not engaged? No, it means this person's thinking differently than that person. So as a leader, it helps me better engage with everybody. So once Gallup gets totally off the ground in the district, everybody will not only know their strengths, they'll be coached on those strengths, and we'll be able to modify it and move the district in a different kind of way, because now I move where I'm strong as opposed to moving where I'm wrong. A lot of times people try to just, they try to strengthen their weaknesses, and we miss the opportunity to strengthen our strengths and then use that as a standpoint. So I operate in my strengths. I still accommodate for my weaknesses, but I operate in my strengths all day long.